Hello, this is Pigsy. I'm doing another video. So, I think the first thing is a bit of conspiracy stuff. I come across some information about blue light affecting the melatonin production at night, and it's stopping melatonin production generally. There's also stuff to do with sunlight and chemtrails, if I recall, that the chemtrails block out some of the sun, so it produces the melatonin. Maybe it's to make us help to make a slave race, because it has a lot of spiritual benefits. I think I've come across somewhere. So yeah, there's a lot of. I've got to watch the road. See, there's all this traffic and a cyclist looking at me. And yeah, so basically, there's a lot of spiritual application to melatonin. Lots of other functions in the body. There's talk about basically with devices such as your Wi-Fi, it has a blue light on it. My TV's got a blue light on it when it goes into standby. There's other devices in my property that go blue light. I've noticed I've got this now TV device. I've turned off the telly, I put it on standby, and it's come on in the night. And I woke up and I thought, what's that? And it's I've got blue light coming out of the TV. You know, before it used to be the old. Used to look like something out of Poltergeist or whatever. It used to have all these freckly specks of grey and black. Now the plasma turns blue. So all these devices are potentially affecting your melatonin levels. And if you've got them on at night, they're also affecting your melatonin levels. Same with telephones and stuff like that. And well, especially mobiles. Mobile devices can also let out a lot of light. Basically, it's they're connected to Wi-Fi, the internet, so they're active all the time. There's also a lot of energy coming through your flat anyway. That's why you can do wireless, and that's why you can sort of connect to these your phone basically up to one of these telecom masks. So that's for that. So, I mean, for me, I think what I might start doing is I might put a bit of black tape, a bit of duct tape, good old duct tape, over slips of blue lights, because they are an intrusion at night, and they're quite bright as well. Even the little lights, they're quite bright. They can brighten up a whole room if you've got a few devices on standby. So that's my advice, just cover them up, and if you need to see them, you just peel back the tape when you need to check if like your broadband's functioning and stuff. But very often, most of the time you won't need to, because your device will tell you anyway. If you're trying to connect it to the broadband, you can't. And what else is going on? OMAD. I've been doing my OMAD for a while now, nearly lost a stone, and a few kind of it's not like a hiccup. It depends what food you eat. So yesterday I had some tuna pasta and I had it at 1 o'clock, so it already hit I think it was virtually 24-hour mark, and I had like 2 platesfuls of this tuna pasta, so I was full up. And then when I got round to about 11 o'clock at night, I was absolutely starving. I could not. I was like, shall I eat, shan't I eat? I think, is it good to go to bed hungry? Is that a good idea or not? So I was debating that in my head. And so yeah, I did succumb to eating. So I had probably another plate full of the stuff. And they did say, they said, well, if you take it, you need to basically take 4 hours before you go to bed to get right into your guts, because otherwise it'll go into your stomach, and when your body shuts down it won't digest it at night. So this morning I'm just feeling a bit sort of sluggish, a bit tired, and that's for eating at night, I think. Sometimes it works out and you feel you've got loads of energy. Depends what you eat, really. So that's kind of a little break from it. To be honest, you don't have to be too kind of routine with your OMAD. I mean, if you're doing it most of the time and you sort of break the cycle, well, once you get back into it, it should be fine. And like this morning, I just finished off a chocolate bar because I felt tired. I thought, well, I've got to go somewhere and help somebody out, so I need to be at least awake. So I did that, and then I'm just not going to have anything else now. I have to say no. I'm going to have to be strict with myself. And then I say go back into the routine. Anything else I've learned? So I don't know. I mean, you lose weight, but you basically just monitor your weight, really. What you're not looking to do is increase weight. But if you increase weight, it could be because you've eaten something. So you don't want to reverse your progress, like you weigh more than you started out. If you're still losing weight and it's slow, that's progress. But progress comes entirely up to your body. There might be other factors why you don't lose weight so much, like thyroid. Other conditions might flare up. I was speaking to a scientist and he said about like your tendons. If you suffer from tendonitis, which I do on occasions have tendonitis, it relates to the thyroid. So it's hypo, so it's underactive, and it must secrete an enzyme or do something that helps to strengthen your tendons. So if it's not so functional, it's not working so well, it's a bit of a pain. And I was going to sort of talk about also. I've done some sort of digital painted work of what I call my Kali Shenma, which works out as dark God Mother. That's really what it says. The Dark God Mother. I could call it the Dark God Mother, the painting. So I've come across a site called My Picture or something. Print My Picture, and so I've got a picture coming to me already. Something else, because I wanted this other bit of art that was online, and I just couldn't get hold of it. And they were saying how it's expensive. It wasn't really. So, I mean, I could have got it on eBay if I was quicker and just got it ordered that way. But what I've done now is, because it's kind of one of the things, synchronicity, it was there, but it was there for £42. Originally someone was going to sell me one for £20. And, just a roundabout. And, yeah, so out of frustration, I started to hold back. I thought, well, I don't know if I want to pay out £40-something for it, or have a look around. And then I realised actually other people sent a lot more. So I found a high-resolution digital image of the painting, and I've got that, and I've sent that to these Print My Picture. So I'm going to get a framed picture of it. It's a copy anyway. Everyone thinks he's got these paintings that they're special, but they're just copies. And they only work out to the same amount of value as if you bought it new, so they don't actually increase in value, some of them. I got a painting from 1920s, it's only worth £10. I thought it was worth a lot more than that. Well, this is nice. Because the person told me, oh yeah, they painted it themselves for us or something. She thought, and it wasn't. There's other copies on the internet, so that's one of the things I might do. Get some art out there, classic art, do a bit of remixing, put my twist on it and get it out there. So I've got this picture that's originally it was drawn by an artist. I think the head of it's to do with an artist's picture, and I've just basically surgically attached it to a body and put it into a sort of night forest type background. I think it looks alright, to be honest. So I've sort of remixed it. I don't know what the rules are about doing stuff like that, but it's for my collection only. It's not like I'm planning to make loads of money out of it or something. But, however, if there's a way to make replica pictures or valuable paintings, That's it. Okay, thank you. Because I had a taxi at my bum a minute ago. So that's one way of. It might be worth some value. So you pay out a certain amount, a reprint of it. You might be able to make a profit on it. And it just gets, I mean, the impact of it on the artist. If it's something that nobody would be able to afford, let's say the painting costs £1,000, it just makes it more popular that it's kind of promoted, because people don't know about the painting unless you're very much into paintings. People will see that and say, oh, that's nice. But I don't know if the artist is dead, then there's different situation there. So something I have to look at the legal stuff of it. And the other stuff, relationship stuff, concentrate on the present. Present's really important. Then people look for validation or answers to questions, and they're not important anymore, because once you broke the relationship, everything that happened before that has gone into that distant past. And that's really where you want to be, because people don't want to be driven by guilt and stuff. You never have a good relationship if that's true. They might want to do that, but you say that, well, my philosophy is if I focus on the present, then I'm kind of not held back by all that negative karma, and you feel so much better. But you might think, well, they said this, they said that, and why did they do that? I mean, they might have been lying. Some people say, oh yeah, I'm trying to get over this experience I had, and they might be not real at all. It might be just a way trying to get rid of you, or get your nose off the scent, or whatever's going on. Or maybe they forgot some details or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You just basically focus on the present, and also writing letters as well. Write a letter to a person. It's the present they want to know. They don't want to know who you was 5 years ago, or how you felt 6 months ago during the breakup, and how they made you feel so bad. That's fine. Oh, he's going backwards, is he? I don't really know what's going on. That's it. There's someone parking halfway down the road. So, I mean, that's the main thing. Letters, contact letters. So, another healthy thing would be to double your time when you send contact messages. Once you've killed yourself emotionally, and you've said exactly what you need to say, you feel there's no need to make any more effort, because you've sent the seeds of your thoughts there. And it sits with the person. They're going to think. They might not respond to it. They certainly think about it, and just leave it. Just leave it as long as you can. I mean, you don't really have to have any other contact. But if for some reason because a person may be getting upset, maybe they were healing from operation, had a family trauma, whatever, they might have the reasons why they were, maybe they were depressed, or their mental health. If you know there's other reasons why the person cuts people off, then what you might decide is to write maybe a year later. But what you're doing is always try to double your time and reduce the contents of what you're writing, so that you can say. So it's not really a reaching out. It's more like a checking in type letter. Just I hope you're doing. Because it could be relative. It could be anything. You just say I hope you're doing well. You could say a few little things of interest, and you don't say anything lovey-dovey, obviously. Like I miss you. Say so. You still come into my thoughts every now and then. I hope you're doing really well. Or you progress. Say something sweet and nice, and then just leave it. At least say there's no begging. You don't want no begging in it. No validation. You don't want to put anything that's negative, like an argument. If you've got these thoughts going on, think about it. Come back to the present. What's happening right now? And you'll realise that they just sink away, them thoughts. They just go out your head. And then you have to say to yourself, well, you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be a person that's nagging at people, needy, self-loathing, anything like them. These negative qualities, they're not attractive at all. I've actually got some client, she goes on about how she's lonely, and she puts herself down. But it's like, so if you want to attract people to communicate and see you more, you're selling yourself with all your negative points. They're not useful. She says she's stupid, she says this, she says that. So you just have to I think you have to pull away and give them a bit of attention. People cry a lot. I mean, you can support them so much, but if you realise it's a part of their personality traits, you don't want to play into it. Otherwise, you'll be sat there, they cry, they get all the attention they want from you, and you know, you just don't feel, it's not productive, and it's not real tears. Are they really sad? You know, so it's well, it sounds a bit heartless, doesn't it? But you have to find better ways to cope and manage situations. Otherwise, if you went to every person, you went to 5 people in a day, and they were crying and they had all these emotional things, like an emotional circus, and you had to see them every day, you'd, after a while, you become meshed with their problems as well emotionally. Anyway, I hope this video is of some use, and I will speak to you soon.